So last week I made a YouTube video about the potential downsides of getting your associate's degree in high school. And that can sound a little bit counterintuitive. I mean, what could possibly be bad about getting 2 years of college done in high school if you're capable of it? And well, to find that out, you're going to have to go to last week's video. But today I'm going to be going over 5 different virtues to getting your associate's degree in high school and why you might want to look into it. My name is Bianchi. This is Define Wisdom. I got my associate's degree in high school, and if you guys can please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Comment down below what college classes are you taking in high school? Are you taking college classes in high school? What are the programs like in your area? I know in some parts of the country it seems to be a new norm now to kind of have these programs in place. Not for everybody to do, but for schools to have them. I know in my area it's kind of just becoming a new thing, and some of the programs are dying out. So I'm really interested to see what the state of associate's degree high school programs are. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the first and the most obvious one is getting your credits out of the way. If you go to get your bachelor's degree, chances are your university is going to have a pretty hefty load of core classes. That's Calculus 1, English classes, history requirements, things like that you're familiar with because high schools all across the nation, they all have, okay, you got to take 4 years of math, 3 years of history, whatever your situation is. Colleges have the same thing. You got to take 2 semesters of social sciences. I know my college has you got to take a class on feminist theories or racial theories for diversity. And basic math requirements. By getting an associate's degree, that community college, a majority of that degree is really just getting those core classes out of the way. And once you get to college, transferring those credits over and knocking them out, it's super useful. Not only is it going to let you graduate faster in 2-3 years, but it's also going to let you get straight into the studies that you actually care about. It can be really frustrating when you're a biology major and your first semester consists of Calculus 1, Sociology, English, and Philosophy because the university told you so. Getting straight into your studies is going to let you explore and really learn about things that you care about. Maybe find out what you care about. And speaking of finding out what you care about, that's another great aspect of getting your associate's degree in high school. You're going to be taking those core college classes, and part of the goal with those classes is to expand your horizons, kind of let you know what's out there in the world, what you might be interested in. And by taking those classes in high school, you're going to have a much broader perspective, especially when compared to your high school friends who are still on the same track that every other high school student goes down. And keeping with the bachelor's degree subject, it can look really good to have your associate's degree in high school, but I did mention that in last week's video that it isn't necessarily going to look good on your transcripts. The variation here is, how does your school calculate your GPA? Are they giving you a curve for these challenging college classes? Or how are the classes structured? Are you set up for success, or are you just going to struggle bust through 4 years of college classes, intermixed with your high school classes, and then you have a lackluster GPA? And also, what is your associate's degree in? Is it in social science when you want to go into computer science? That isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's still good to have that degree, but it's not painting the same picture. So it's worth keeping in mind that when you get an associate's degree in high school, you're taking on a lot of responsibility. You have a full hand of cards that you got to play the right way to get the most value out of it. And again, no matter what, you're probably winning, but to really maximize the opportunity, you got to be careful. And that's what I talked about in last week's video. But let's say you're more of a free spirit. You don't necessarily know that you want to go to college. Should you still get an associate's degree in high school if you have the opportunity? And yeah, I think it's a great thing for students who don't necessarily fit the education mold to get ahead. Kind of with what I mentioned before, maybe you're frustrated with the fact that if you're going to go to college, you're going to be stuck in all these BS classes, it's not worth the money. Well, get them out of the way at a really cheaper rate without sacrificing any time. Then college might be a good decision for you. I have no doubt that I would not be in college right now if I didn't graduate with my associate's degree, because I would have looked at everything I was going to have to do and been like, nah, there's no way, that's not worth it. But given the unique situation of not having to do a majority of the stuff you don't want to do because you got it out of the way while you would have otherwise been doing the same high school minutia, can be an appealing opportunity. Having an associate's degree in the right field can also open you up to job opportunities straight out of high school. Maybe you have a management associate's degree and you can go manage a local business. Or maybe you have an IT degree and you can go start working for IT companies, $15, $20 an hour. You're not making bank, you just graduated high school, but it's something, and it's a lot more than you could get with just a high school diploma. Sticking with that free spirit example, getting an associate's degree in high school could open up a lot of spare time for you. Now, you might be saying, Alex, what are you talking about? Squeezing 2 years of college into high school? How are you gonna have extra time on your hands? And hear me out. My senior year of high school, I only had one high school class. That was gym because of a state requirement, but state requirements. Besides that, I had classes 2 days a week each semester. You know what I did on the other 5 days of the week? I worked. I worked a lot, and I saved a lot of money. College schedules have a lot more free time in them, and because you're meeting a lot of your high school requirements with college classes, for example, maybe you have to take 4 years of English, and for your associate's degree, you need 2 advanced level English classes. Well, you take 2 college level English classes, which, by the way, are way easier at a community college than it is to take an AP class. And now it's a lot less time. Take AP English, for example. For me, that was every other day of the week, 84 minutes a day, with probably an hour or so of homework assigned every single day. Whether or not I did the homework was another thing, but that's a lot more work than a easy community college English class, just basic 100 level that meets once a week for 3 hours and assigns an hour of work a week. That's a big difference. That's 4 total hours of work versus a little over 5. Not to mention the fact it's all condensed, so you don't have to get to the high school. You don't have to deal with all the bureaucracy there. You can just go to your college class, get your stuff done, leave. And I danced around it a little bit, but I think that the best advantage to getting your associate's degree in high school is removing yourself from the high school environment. Now again, this is also a downside. See last week's video where I talk about the hit that your social life is going to take if you go down this path. But if you don't mesh with a lot of the high school idiots and you don't enjoy the classroom environment in high school, maybe you're a lot better suited for a room full of strangers who are a good bit older than you. You're gonna have actual professors, not just teachers. No offense to teachers, love teachers, had great teachers, but it is a different experience. You're gonna work with kids who, maybe you're only 16, you don't have a license yet. In the state of New Jersey, you don't get your license till 17 if you're watching this in a southern country. But maybe you don't have your license yet and you're working with people who are 22 years old. It's a really unique experience, and you get to learn a lot about social dynamics, and you have to mature quickly. The crackpot senses of humor that fly in the boys' locker room in gym aren't gonna work in a group environment when it's 25 years old. So if you're a free spirit who wants control of your time and your efforts, and you want to be as efficient as possible with your college credits and what you put into classes, and you're a little bit more mature than the average student in your grade, and you're really looking for unique experiences and situations where you'll be able to mature that will set you apart from others, then yeah, getting an associate's degree is a fantastic option. So last week's video was a little bit negative, but I hope I ramped up the positivity this week. Again, I think it's a fantastic opportunity, and if you have the opportunity to get your associate's degree in high school, then comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. Maybe you're already in a program. What's that path been like? And if you want any advice, then send me a link to whatever schedule. I'm sure they have a 4-year plan or something like that in your program, or some list of requirements. Just, I'm willing to help is what I'm saying. I'll help you configure a schedule. I'll help you do all of that stuff. And if you have videos that you would like to see from me related to the associate's degree in high school experience, again, comment down below. And without further ado, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Peace.